Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Beekeeper Tarot. My name is Alan. Thank you once again, everybody, for your kind subscriptions and your words and your thoughts and your kindness. It does mean a lot to me. It stays with me and it resonates within me. So thank you very, very much, guys. Thank you so much for looking at my last two videos. They were a little bit different. Well, one in particular, where I had a bit of a deep dive into racism in Australia. And I fully understand that if you don't want to look at that because it's not a global issue, I fully get that. Um, but the reason I did that video was because I wanted to highlight some of the problems in my country because it's not always about bashing the US administration. Entertainment only YouTube, just a tarot reader from Sydney. But I just wanted you to know and to give you evidence that um, my country's not perfect and we have a long way to go as well. And by raising awareness is how we create change. And so that was like my thing for that. Yeah, so that's kind of the reason I did that. So if you wanted to check that out, you can. If you don't want to, that's all good. Whatever rocks your boat is fine with me. All right. The other thing that I wanted to say very quickly is I'm hoping to have bees in a couple of weeks' time, maybe 2 or 3 weeks' time. So I've been in touch with a friend of mine who's got a beehive. Now, unfortunately, his bees swarmed a couple of weeks ago, and I'll explain that why that happens a bit later in a future video. But so half the hive left, so he's got dwindling numbers, but the queen bee is still laying eggs, and those numbers will replenish. That's fine. So I'm hoping to get bees from Gary. Hi, Gary, if you're watching, in a couple of days' time. And I had a very, very nice dinner with him and his wife the other night. So I made some apple pie things with apple and fruit pies. And they just had I had a steak. I mean, how good was that? Aussie Tucker was good. So very quickly before I go on to that, so with the bees, right? So I got some new frames. So these are the frames that the bees live on and make their honey in and do all their stuff on. So I've got 8 of these, and I got a new frame, a base, which is this. So this thing here, that's my base, and the bees will go in through there, and the beehive sits in there, and then the frames will sit in the box in the beehive like that. But I will explain all that to you soon enough. Yeah, hopefully I can get I can get things ready, organized for that. So the reason I went for the polystyrene base is that I've used a lot of wooden bases and they just tend to rot. I've just haven't had much luck with the wooden bases, so I'm just trying something a bit different. That will live longer than me, which is fine. So yeah. Anyway, that's all that sort of stuff. Now, what I wanted to talk about really quickly today was I've got a video link here which I'd like to share to you, and it's Jasmine Crockett, the lovely, most excellent Jasmine Crockett, the firecracker that she is, and what a great firecracker she is. Now, she did a press conference, I think it was 1 or 2 days ago, after the oversight committee that she's working with, which I understand is a bipartisan committee, which is good. We like that. We like people working together. Now, after they've met with the Epstein victims or some of the Epstein victims. So the clip goes for about 5 minutes. Now, I've just made some quick summary notes to let you know, in essence, what she said. But she said that basically the oversight committee, they've been listening to stories of the victims, and that one new person, a female woman, has come out and spoken about the abuse that she felt. And Jasmine Crockett was saying that the overall vibe of this now is that something needs to be done. Apparently, with what they've been looking at with these victims, allegedly YouTube, the abuse started, entertainment only. The abuse started in the 90s, and they've even got people that was being abused up until 2008. So years and years of abuse. And it goes into like lawyers and banks, the people that worked for him. And I quote, labeled Maxwell as a monster, not a victim. And they're saying that they want to work out, they want to know why she was transferred from a Texas prison even though she was tried and convicted of 20 years. And she's gone into sorry, why she went from Florida to Texas, I'm sorry. How she's gone from a high maximum prison in Texas to a uh, much more cushy, cozy, less um, uh, restrictive tech prison in Texas, even though she was tried and convicted and had the 20 years. Um, and she was saying, Jasmine Crockett was saying that they want all the files, they want all the records that they're trying to get hold of, and that she put out a SOS, or she put out a call to any media or anybody in the public that has any information at all to send it into the oversight committee. Like, in other words, if you've had information and you tried to contract the other government bodies and you've been rejected or, been hushed hush, she's saying, give it to us and trust us. And then they will send out subpoenas and get information over there. So it's a step in the right direction. Even though the Yeti is saying it's all conspiracy and it's all, Obama and just Biden and the Dems did it and all this bullshit that's coming out of his mouth. Allegedly YouTube, and once again, entertainment only. Um, so I just wanted to have a look at the victims today because really, and maybe this is just me being a water sign, I don't know, but I just wanted to touch base with them because just to see how they're going and how they're feeling and what the outcome will be from them from their perspective. Because I mean, okay, sure, this is multi-layered and it is about the Yeti and it is about other members of probably of political, both members of the both sides of the political fence. It possibly could include members of the royal family. There's one person I'm thinking of in particular that starts with an A, possibly allegedly YouTube. Um, so there, and there could be, like it said, Jasmine Crockett was saying that there was bankers involved and just the whole shenanigans, because this was not only about Epstein and Maxwell. They had a whole array of people working for them and people helping them as well. So it's not just, you've got one sick puppy at the head of the chain. The sick puppy had a lot of people working for him, and there's a whole process going on in that institution, I guess, if I could say that for choice of probably not a great word, but in his organization, there was just so many different layers. So all this stuff needs to come out, and it really needs to come out. So I just wanted to touch base with the victims because this is actually, in as much as it's about all those other people that I just mentioned, really, it's about the victims and it's about justice for them. And I've done readings on the Yeti before with this, and I did kind of get the vibe that this information will come out. He is desperately, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, doing everything he can to avoid this issue, whether it's, sending warships to Venezuela or, whatever he's doing. And it just goes on and on and on. It's just the full on flood the zone. And it is definitely, in my opinion, anything but Epstein, for sure, in my humble opinion. YouTube, just entertainment only. And I think, he's going to flood the zone as well. And yes, and I've also done readings on his health, and I stand by those readings. We'll wait and see what happens. I've done readings on his health. Though were readings, yes. I'll stand by those and see what happens. But to draw it back to what I'm trying to say today and not waffle too much, which is hard for me, as you know, I just want to touch base and just see how the victims are going. So, yeah, I just want to have a look at the victims and just see um, what's going to be the outcome for them, like how they're going and what's going to be the outcome, guys. So come on down. Okay, folks, let's do this. I've just been shuffling away. And so what I'm going to do a cross. And often, if I'm going to do like a different spread, this is just something like for tarot readers out there of just what works for me. And as much as I know my spirit guides know what spirit I'm going to use, I kind of just give them a bit of heads up. It's like good manners. You know what I mean? I say, hey, guys, I know you know this, but I'm going to do this kind of a spread if it's going to be a different spread, just so that they know. But they know already, but I'm just showing them a bit of courtesy, if that makes any sense. All right, let's have a look, guys. Okay. All right. So this is the victims. What's happening for them? Justice. I love it. Okay. Above it is the Ace of Discs. Underneath it, Eight of Wands, Queen of Cups, King of Swords. Okay. That's good. Base of the deck is the choice, the lovers. Okay. Let's have a look, see, guys. I'm just going to have a pause and have a think about these cards. I'm actually quite hopeful about the victims. I think they're going to get some justice, and I think things are going to be. I think what's happened to them is going to be exposed into the light. So I'm actually what's the word? Quietly happy. For, what's the word? There's like a. See, now that I'm on camera, I can't speak. I'm quietly hopeful, if that makes sense. So the heart of it is, from the victim's point of view, what's the essence of it is justice. And in a way, too, it's a rebalancing of the scales. I think because these people, these victims, the whole scenario has not been balanced. And when you've got this orange orangutan saying, it didn't happen, it's a conspiracy theory and it's all the Dems and all this other bullshit that's coming out of his mouth. This is going to realign things and it's actually going to balance the scales. And I think once the scales are balanced and it gets into context, then we can move forward and get justice for these people. That's at the heart of it. And Two of Cups. So I think what this is saying is, I think in the past, because this is actually in the obstacle position, but I think in the past, there hasn't been the ability of these people, these victims, to share their story, to share their information. That's what's been going on. That I think they've wanted to get the message out there to say, hey, listen, this is what I went through, but there's been nobody that's been listening to them. There's been no one that's been listening to. That's the thing that's been holding them back. And that's the thing that's been stopping them from getting their justice so far. It's been that inability of them to be able to communicate effectively to other people or to get their message out. But that's all about to change because what's going to happen now above it, the Ace of Discs, so the Ace of Pentacles, this is more information coming in. So in the video that I'll link to this, there is a section where as I said in the introduction to this, where I'm speaking about how Jasmine Crockett was like talking about, if you've got any more information, it's going to come in. It's definitely going to come in. And I think more files and more information, more evidence is going to be coming in, and it's going to be wholesome. It's going to be grounded stuff. It's not going to be like high in the sky or whatever. It's actually going to be solid rock, hardcore evidence, which is really, really good. Underneath it with the Eight of Wands. So usually with the Eight of Wands in the way that it's portrayed in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it's got all the wands going there. But this one here, it's like you can see the person's like firing off one missile at a time. And I think gradually there's going to be a momentum that's going to build up. And I think all these wands are going to start finally going forward, and all this information, it's all going to start going forward because now we're going to be getting the new information coming out. And now people are going to have a place to vent their stuff, to talk to vent their grievances and to talk about the stories because now the door is open. So this is actually going to become a positive thing now. Though it was an obstacle, it's going to become a positive thing. In the past, with the Queen of Cups, so this is the Queen here, and as you can see, um, very, very, very emotional issue. This is very deep, and you can see here that the lid has been on the cup in this card. So the way that in the RWS deck and the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, this is the only cup in that deck where it's actually got a lid on it, right? And so this is the previous history, right? Like the recent history, like that, all that slime and murk and information, it's all been concealed. But now the cup is off because, like I said, new information is coming in. People are going to start sharing the knowledge, sharing information that they've got, and people are going to start listening to them. And this momentum is going to start moving on as this case moves forward. And we're going to court with the King of Swords. Now, as well, if you think about if I go back to the RWS deck, this is the king. He's looking at you in the eyes. He's like glaring. He's like looking straight at you, right? Pardon for my baggy eyes. But this is like a hard, this is the immediate future. So this is the information coming out. This is the oversight committee looking at it, like going, okay, we get it. Okay, okay, we get it. Okay, we can prepare a case. We can get the subpoenas out. This is where this is going, which is good. This is where this is going for these unfortunate poor victims of this disgusting slime bag and his ilk. But this is going forward. So there's going to be it's going to be a very analytical way of looking at it as well. It's going to be right. Okay, this is what we need to get to move forward. We want this information or give us this. It's going to be very analytical, and to the point. And it's going to be like, we've got that arrow when we can just shoot that arrow forward. It's going to be like, bam, that's where this is going with this king of swords. I'm sorry. So that's where we're going. This is the immediate future. So I do think, like I said, all this new information coming in and all the other cards that I've showed you already, bam, they're going to start collecting the more information and they're going to sort it. This is the oversight committee. The oversight committee is going to sort it. They're going to just pull it apart and think, right, okay, this is what we need to know. This is the facts. Let's go forward with that. So at the base of the deck, here we go at the base of the deck. So we've got here the choice, which is the Lover's card. And I think this is really about the murkiness of all the stuff with the Epstein files that's in the Epstein. This is all the undermined shenanigans that was going on his um, in his, I don't know what you call it, in his environment, or in his company, or in his administration, whatever you want to call it. I can't quite find the right word for it, but this is all the commitments and all the wheeling and dealing and all the contracts and everything, all the different in the multi-layers of the Epstein stuff. And this is at the base of the deck, right? This is all the murkiness. And there's going to be a hell of a lot of evidence coming out from this with the Queen of Pentacles. It's going to be an abundance of evidence with this. And like all these pentacles here, it's almost like all this new evidence here coming through is going to add to the evidence that is already there. There's going to be a shitload of evidence coming through, which is good. And once again, it's going to be really grounded evidence. It's going to be stuff that, yep, we can use that. We can grab hold of that. It's going to be tangible stuff that they can move forward in, because there has been an absolute abuse of power with the Five of Swords, an absolute abuse of power. And I think the people that have been involved with this have every right to be worried. Like this person here, you can see that this person, they're like, oh my God, they're worried. And they should be, because everything is about to be exposed into the light. So with the Sun card. So this is where this is going. So I feel that this is going to be like a pivotal moment for this, a pivotal moment in this case with regards to these poor victims of this disgusting Epstein and his ilk. I'm just going to hit pause, guys, and I'm just going to have a look at the majors, okay? 2 seconds, folks. Hold on, where's my pause? Here we go. So literally the three majors that came out here are Justice, the Choice, which is the Lovers, and the Sun. So this is like the main themes of the reading, right? Like the overall archetypal energy of the reading. So yeah, for the majors, yep. So basically justice is coming for these victims. And as I said, the scales are going to be balanced, and yeah, justice is coming their way, thank God. And as they expose all the shenanigans and all the wheeling and dealing and everything that was happening with Epstein and all his the organization that he was running, the different layers, the different aspects, the different people working for him, the multi-layered and the choices that they made. I mean, these people working with Epstein, they made this decision on their own to do this. It was a free decision, and that's what's going to really come out. And there might be a couple of arrows aimed at them as well. And literally with the sun, you can see how the horses bolted from the gate. The truth is out now. The truth, that white truth, like white is a color in Torah of purity and everything else. It's going to be like a very cleansing thing for these people to finally get this story out. And as this truth comes forward and as everything starts to move forward, it's going to really shine light on this, really, really, really expose what's been going on. So I'm really happy about that. I hope I hope that um, the reading is correct. So I hope that I'm on the ball there with this. I might just do a quick one. How is this going to affect the Yeti? Just a very quick spread on this, guys. 2 seconds, I'm just going to shuffle, okay? So with regards specifically to this oversight committee and all this information coming out, the net effect. So what effect will this have on the Yeti spirit? What effect will this have on the Yeti? What effect will this have, spirit, on the Yeti? What effect will this have on the Yeti? All right, guys, come on down. Let's have a look, eh? Okay, so the effect it will have. Okay. Here we go. Okay, good. All right, guys, let me have a quick think about this. 2 seconds. So specifically, I asked the effect of this investigation on the Yeti. Now, I actually shuffled these cards. I put all the cards in separately. I shuffled them, and we'll see what we've got. So a couple of them, at least one, has come out here in the shuffling. So that's good. Let's go here. So we've got the Knight of Wands. So this is all minor arcana. So this is his everyday life stuff. Everyday life. It's going to start really, really, really interfering with his everyday life, which is good. So he's going to get really on the defensive with the Knight of Wands. He's going to feel the heat from this. And it's going to be like, sometimes if if you put your hand on a hot stove, like you move your hand up, whatever. The vibe I'm getting for this is the heat. It's almost like it's going to be a lot of pressure coming in, a lot of heat. It's going to drive him forward. He's going to really feel this. At the heat of this, he's going to really, really, really feel it as Six of Discs, as the information is shared and weighed up, as these people get together with the different committees and the oversight committee, they share the information, they get it going. It's going to really, really, really cook him. It's going to really cook him, and he's going to get very fired up. So get ready for get ready for more verbiage and for more tweets at 3 o'clock in the morning. Get ready for that, but know that he can literally feel the fire under his feet. He can feel it now. This will make it like it's almost like, if you can smell the bushfire coming or you can feel the heat from something, he's actually going to feel it now. It's going to bring it very close to him, and he's actually going to start to really feel it, because the people will be getting together and joining in their committees and joining the oversight committee and sharing the information and knowledge. And it's Pentacles, so it's going to be really wholesome based, grounded information. And the Six of Cups. So allegedly YouTube, he was in the thick of it. The evidence is people are going to say there will be evidence coming out in this oversight committee. Entertainment, only YouTube, just a tarot reader. I believe, and just my interpretation of this. But the Six of Discs, this is my card for the abuse of minors. So he's going to be directly linked to this, I believe. And it's literally going to be off with his head with the King of Cups. You see here, like the cup is open and there's like this little snake here. That snake could even be Vance wanting to come in to get the presidency, but there's a nice little sword here ready to maybe get the snake. But I think maybe that sort of truth might be coming for him, even though this is a card of cups. The sort of truth might be coming to him, and um, things are going to start to get more momentum as the accusations and everything's going to start to cook up, starting to fire up and go for him, like really start moving forward with this knowledge. And it's going to become like this is going to start with this, but then it's going to become like the Rider Waite Smith, where you just got this aim, this wall of accusations, this wall of fire, because of the new information coming out, and because the information is going to be shared. So that's where this is heading, and that's what I'm thinking is going to be the outcome for the Yeti. Um, but like I said, essentially the signifier card is that he's going to really start cooking with this, and if he is proven to be in this, allegedly YouTube, he should cook. He should absolutely cook if he's been a part of this, and there's evidence with him and with other people. But I'm talking specifically about him. Let him fry. Let him fry because of his own actions and the things that he's done and the thing that he has been compliant with and complicit with. All right, YouTube, entertainment only. Thank you so much for watching this, guys. I'm going to get back to what I'm doing. I'm just doing a bit of cooking and a bit of cleaning, and I'm working this afternoon. So I'm just going to get myself organized. I just wanted to come on and do that reading for you. God bless. Take care. Thank you for hanging with me. I'll be back soon, and we'll talk more about bees soon. And love you all to bits. And thank you so much for hanging out with me. Okay, bye for now. Bye. Bye bye.